Hello, fathers. My name is Mike Tirri, or Brother T to some of you. I'm here to talk a little bit about Father's Day. And to be a father is one of the most rewarding parts of my life ever. As I began thinking about what I was going to say, I realized that most of what I'm going to say has to do with being a new father and just getting started in your career of being a dad. So one thing I remembered was becoming a father brought every aspect of my life into focus at that point in my life. Becoming a father made me look at where I was at the moment in time we were talking about a family. Becoming a father made me dwell on where and how I would lead our family. These were scary thoughts. These were really scary thoughts. My thoughts were filled with lots of questions and no answers. Would I be able to support my family? What would I teach them? In fact, what do I believe? Would I have the wisdom needed to guide them through the good and bad days? To me, becoming a father is a lot like being the captain of his own ship. He sets a destination and then plots the best and safest course to get there. All the while he's realizing if he leaves the rudder, it's going to go off course. It may drift to a spot you don't want it to be. Becoming a father had me consider the destination for our family. We wanted something solid and we wanted something firm, something that wouldn't change with every fad, something that could stand through time. That something I learned was Jesus. The more the Spirit showed me about Christ, the more I experienced the love of Christ. The more I learned about salvation through Christ, the more I knew this was the destination for our household. When I realized that the word of the Lord was the same as it was yesterday and as it would be tomorrow, I realized this was the proper course for this family. You know, I started thinking back about my childhood and how it was with my father and the relationship with him and my brothers. The thing I remembered most about him was the fact that he really loved us. He wasn't a godly man per se, although he had godly love in him. I remember one particular time we would jump in our old 56 Chevrolet pickup, head into the hardware store, and he would be talking to us about positive things, and my brothers and myself would be listening to him eagerly and happy. It was just a great moment for us. Over the last 37 years of my life, it's been filled with great moments with my kids. You know, it's been filled with love. I used the attributes that Christ showed me: the love, the peace, the joy, the long suffering. I wanted those things. I realized I wanted to be a man after God's own heart. And those were the attributes I wanted to use to raise our family. And there would be days that I would come home and our kids, one thing, I would get home after a hard day's work, and each kid, as I came walking through the front door, would plant themselves on each foot. And I'd have to carry them into the kitchen, and they would just be riding on my feet. We'd talk, we'd eat dinner, and then we'd go outside and we'd play. Those were just some of the very, very great memories that I have in my heart. There's also tougher days. There's days where we have to have them do chores. We've got to make them understand various things in life. There's things that they wanted to know. And one thing I knew for sure is the Lord gave us all the tools we needed to successfully raise the kids. All we had to do was look and see how He treated us. And those were the very ways that I could use to raise my children. And they'd ask me a question, for instance, they'd say, "Dad, what should I choose for a career?" And I would think about it for a second, realizing that a job is just a sliver of their whole life. And I would say to them, I'd say, kids, you know, I hope you treat your life as your career and not your job as your career. I hope that you look at a job as a tool to help you succeed in your life, which is your career. And if you do that, you're automatically going to succeed in your job. So there's a lot of things that we can do and show our kids along the way, staying on that rudder, helping to keep that ship going in the direction it ought to go. I think it's an important role for dads. I think it's a role that the dads need to keep in mind at all times. And I'm just very, very thankful that I've been able to be a part of my children's life. The good thing, I'm still a part of their life. Once we're a father, we're a father for life. At this particular point, they come to us and they ask us questions, and then we get to answer. We have to kind of wait for them to ask us a question these days. But it's okay. I don't mind. To see the results of my children and them now leading their own households is such a rewarding feeling. You guys have a great Father's Day. Can't wait to see you all. Talk to you soon.